GoHighLevel has been making serious waves in the industry, but just because everyone else loves it, it doesn't mean you're going to. So what we're going to do is check out the pros and cons of using this software and what that might mean for your business. First of all though, hello, welcome to the video. My name's Jay and I explore platforms like GoHighLevel in depth so you don't have to. My job is to help you choose, use and master the right software for your business. As always, if you like this kind of content, do consider subscribing to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. Your support means the world to me, and if you like this type of content, it shows me what I should be making more of. And if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'm going to be showing you how to transform this 30-day free trial into a whopping 58 days. Now, with that said, let's get into the video. Now, if you've been exploring SaaS platforms like GoHighLevel, then you no doubt come across them, and obviously that's why you found this video. But if you go back only a few years, if you're exploring platforms then, you probably wouldn't have heard of them. And the reason for this is because they haven't actually been around for that long. The company was only established in 2018 by its 3 founders and with no outside investment. And since then, its rise has been nothing short of meteoric. Last year, in 2024, it doubled its staff count and now employs over 1,400 staff members. So that should give you an indication of how successful it has been. Also, it's won a bunch of awards and it continues to do so. If you look on SaaSworthy.com, you'll see it's reached the number 4 spot in terms of CRM software. That is just underneath HubSpot, a company that has been along for way longer. And then if we look here, Inc.com has named it one of the fastest growing private companies in the Southwest. So you may be thinking to yourself, that's a platform that I need to use. Just because it's doing so well, it doesn't mean it's going to do well for you. It just depends on your needs and what you want for your business. So let's jump into the pros and cons of GoHighLevel. Yes, there are a ton of pros, but there are also cons as well. So since I've just spent the last couple of minutes bigging up GoHighLevel, it's only natural that I should start with a pro of the platform, and that is the number of features you get. Really, there is no other platform quite like it in terms of that. There are over 300 features to explore, and it covers everything from CRM, sales, marketing, and more. Now, because it is an all-in-one platform, it means you don't have to be messing around with third-party integrations just to get the functionality you need. In fact, there is only one essential integration that you have to use, and that is for a payment gateway, because that's pretty much actually the only thing that GoHighLevel doesn't provide itself. It literally provides everything except a payment gateway, and for that you really have to be using Stripe. It does offer other options, but there are things you can't use unless you use Stripe. And then you can use all of the features on an unlimited basis. You pay for your subscription and all the features are unlimited. The only thing that is really limited is the number of sub-accounts you can have. So you can pay $97 a month and get up to 3 sub-accounts, or you can pay $297 a month and get unlimited sub-accounts. So really, the upgrade isn't that expensive, and when you start taking on more than 3 clients, $297 a month really isn't that much money anyway. So you get over 300 features and unlimited features for just $97 a month, or $297 a month if you want unlimited sub-accounts as well. To just put those costs into perspective, I just want to bring up a couple of competitors. ClickFunnels is really trying to be like GoHighLevel. It's got less features, but they are similar. But look, the pricing's the same, $97 or $297 a month. But look here, you've only got up to 10 branded workspaces. That's the same as a sub-account in GoHighLevel. And I actually contacted ClickFunnels about this and said, what do you do when you've got more than 10 clients? They said, there's nothing you can do. And then let's take a look at HubSpot as well, because this is another platform. It's been around forever. But look, just for its marketing tools, you pay $792 a month. Sorry, that's euros. I'm in Europe, but the dollar equivalent would be roughly the same. And that's just for marketing. And then you've got all of these as well that you need to add on if you want to get a similar functionality to GoHighLevel. So you could be paying like upwards of $1,000 a month just for a similar service. So when you look at it like that, you can really start to see the value that GoHighLevel is bringing in terms of the number of features you get and for the amount it costs. So this leads me quite nicely onto the second pro of using GoHighLevel, and that is its infinite scaling possibilities and the infinite capacity for revenue. All you have to do is put the work in, and the platform will let you continuously earn money without any limits. So what exactly do I mean by that? Well, there are so many different ways to make money in GoHighLevel. I'm not going to cover them all now. I have a whole nother video for that, so check that out if you want to understand more. Just quickly though, you've got the SaaS configurator, so you can upgrade to the Pro plan, which is $497 a month. That gives you the ability to brand the entire GoHighLevel platform and sell it as your own product. You can set your own prices and do it unlimited numbers of times. So that is an excellent revenue stream. Then you've got the account snapshots, so you can set up pre-built sub-accounts and sell them to other high-level users. That's a really great way. You've got reselling, so you can choose any of these products and offer them to your clients for a profit. And then there's a whole bunch of other things as well. So really, it doesn't matter what direction you want to take your business. HighLevel will let you do it, and it will let you do it an unlimited number of times. The third pro of using HighLevel is the amount of communication methods you can use it with. Now, it covers all of them. So whichever way you want to message your clients or communicate with your clients, or whichever methods your clients want to use for their clients, you can do it in HighLevel. First, it's its own SMTP service, so you don't need to use an external email provider. It does all of that for you, so you can use it to run however many email campaigns you like. It does email validations, all of that. Then it's also its own phone service provider, so you don't have to integrate with a third-party platform like Twilio for that. You can use it to purchase phone numbers, you can use it to make calls, do missed call text backs, and run entire SMS campaigns as well. Plus you can automate your SMS sending as well, so you can run entire conversations on autopilot. It also integrates with WhatsApp, so like SMS, you can use it to run WhatsApp campaigns. And then if we just check out the integrations that the platform has, you can connect with all of the major social media platforms and even Slack, and communicate with customers and clients that way. So there is no stone left unturned. And it also has a unified conversation area, so you can look at all of your text-based conversations and see which ones you haven't responded to, so you don't miss any leads that come in. It truly is as comprehensive as it can get in terms of communication, and I don't believe there's any platform that is as comprehensive as this. The fourth massive pro of using HighLevel is its automation capabilities, and this is going to help you standardize your business processes, streamline everything, and optimize your campaigns, and pretty much run everything on autopilot. And it is one of the most comprehensive automation tools I have ever seen. There is so much you can do with it. So what you're looking at here are called recipes, and these are pre-built automated workflows that HighLevel includes on its platforms for really popular automated sequences. So let's just jump into one of these so you can see what the automation screen looks like and how comprehensive it is. So this is what the workflow screen looks like, and you can see you can have multiple branches of automated workflows and get them to do exactly what you want. Now look at all these triggers you can have. Let's just bring that up, check it out. It is a massive, massive list. And then if we look at the actions, the list is equally as long. You can incorporate all of the communication methods, so you can have proper multi-channel marketing campaigns. And then you've even got an AI helper as well. So it's absolutely fantastic. And even though it's difficult to master, it's worth doing, because it's going to set the majority of your business on complete autopilot. Now, the fifth and final pro that I want to talk about for this video is that HighLevel is constantly evolving and improving. Its founders and staff are always making changes for the better. They haven't just gone, here you go, here's a bunch of features, and then sat back and let everything happen. Check out their YouTube channel. Look at this, feature update, feature update, feature update, feature update. There are loads of them, and that's just in the past, 8 days. They introduce them every day. Here's a chat widget one. Oh, that's another communication method, by the way. New template library, all sorts of things, and from all areas of the platform. It is every day. You can come on here, check out a video of a feature that they have either updated or introduced. Now, these improvements haven't just come from nowhere. HighLevel is extremely engaged with its users, and it is determined to make the platform work precisely for the people that pay for it. And I think that is really rare, and it's really special. Look at this. This is the HighLevel Ideas portal. Anyone can go in here and make a suggestion, and this is its roadmap. Look at all these things it's got going on. Let's just go into this one, for example. There's a lot here. So anyone can make suggestions, and then if HighLevel thinks it's a good idea as well, it will plan it. And you can go through all of these and you'll find there's loads and loads of stuff planned. See, here we go. We've got lots of things planned here and lots of things in progress. So this is how it's constantly evolving. It listens to what its users want and then it implements it. So that's all the pros I'm going to go through for today, and hopefully my enthusiasm has conveyed just how good I think this platform is for the right people. Now let's look at the other side, the negatives, the cons, and why HighLevel might not be the right platform for you. Now, the first con is the one that I think most people are going to struggle with, and that is the amount of time it takes to learn the platform. It is not a quick process. You cannot do it overnight. It does have a steep learning curve. You do need to bear that in mind when you start using the platform. If you're a complete beginner, this might not be the best platform for your needs, and especially if you're not very technical and you struggle with that kind of thing. You are going to have to put in significant time and effort into learning how to use the platform properly and get the best out of it. Do I think the learning curve is worth it? Absolutely, because in the long run, HighLevel is going to do so much more for your business than other platforms would. But feature overwhelm is a real thing. I do have a video that helps you sort all of that out and work out what you need to learn at first, so do go check that out if you feel you need some help in that area. Now, the second con relates to the phrase that you've probably heard, jack of all trades, master of none. Now, it doesn't quite apply to HighLevel, but it does in some areas. As we know, it does everything. And where marketing and CRM and sales is concerned, it is absolutely fantastic. I can't fault it. It's got everything you need in order to perform those activities. But if you want to specialize in one niche area, then you are going to find that the platform doesn't have all of the comprehensive tools you need in order to do that. Two examples I'll throw up where I think it is particularly relevant is for course building. So it does have a memberships area where you can build courses and communities, but it's not that in depth. Whereas if you chose a platform like Kajabi, which is completely geared towards selling and building learning products, then, it pales in comparison. Kajabi is so much better for that specific purpose. And then let's say you wanted to build websites. So again, HighLevel has an entire website builder. It has a lot of templates, and yeah, you can do a fair amount with it, but it's not WordPress. Again, it just doesn't have the depth of features that you would need in order to specialize in that area. So before you go for HighLevel, really think about what it is you want to do. If you want to do sales and marketing and CRM, great, fantastic. If you really want to specialize, something like website building or creating learning products, then you need to choose a specialized platform for that purpose, and HighLevel is just going to be too broad for your needs. Now, that quite nicely leads me on to the third con of HighLevel, and that is regarding e-commerce. Yes, the platform does do e-commerce, but it doesn't do it particularly well yet. It is a new feature, or relatively new feature, onto the platform, and recently it has introduced a ton of store templates. So from that perspective, it's fine, but I think it lacks a lot of the tools that e-commerce sellers will require, particularly those selling in high volume. For example, it has no shipping features, there's no integrated shipping capabilities. All of that has to be done completely externally. I think its inventory management tools are limited, and also when you create product listings, I don't think there's enough customization there yet. In comparison to Shopify, which again is a specialized platform specifically for e-commerce, I think you're going to find HighLevel is a complete letdown. So if you're selling a handful of products and not in a high volume, I think HighLevel is okay if you're selling them alongside digital products, for example. But if you want to focus exclusively on e-commerce and selling physical products, HighLevel is not the platform for that purpose. It will probably improve the features later on because, again, I said this is quite a new introduction onto the platform, but it's not there yet. Now, the fourth con is that the HighLevel subscription price isn't the only cost you need to think about when you use the platform. There are other costs, and they can add up if you're not careful. Now, the good news is if you have clients, you can rebuild the services back to them, so it doesn't cost you anything. But if you're using it for yourself, then you do need to watch out for these things and be aware of them. So emailing, phone service, SMS, WhatsApp, all of that costs extra. Even using AI, that costs extra, especially if you want to create AI agents to run automated conversations. So for example, here you can pay per unit, or you can pay a flat fee of $97 a month. That's on top of your usual subscription rate. And then even things like premium automation, triggers and actions cost extra as well. Now, I do wish HighLevel would make this more obvious on its website. You kind of have to dig into the support portal to find this information, but it is there. So make sure you read through it before taking out a subscription. I will just quickly point out, though, that it is still significantly cheaper than other platforms, even though there are additional costs. Think about all the subscription fees you'd have to pay for all the separate platforms just to get the same capability of HighLevel. So even with the additional costs, it is still way cheaper than doing that. But like I said, you do need to be aware that there are additional costs involved if you want to use those services. The fifth and final con that I want to talk about today is that the platform evolves so much and so rapidly that it can sometimes glitch. Now, I've never lost any work this way, but it does mean that sometimes you're stuck refreshing the screen, or sometimes a feature won't load. And while that may not be devastating for your own business, it can be annoying if you are running things on behalf of clients. So just bear that in mind. It doesn't happen that often, but it does happen, especially when they introduce new features onto the platform. And also because they do change and update the platform so much, it can be difficult to find what you're looking for. It's like when you walk into a supermarket and they have rearranged all of the aisles. It's the same for HighLevel. So there you have it. That's 5 pros and 5 cons of using the HighLevel platform. Hopefully you now have a bit more insight into whether or not it's going to be right for your needs. But I always say you should try these things out for yourself first before committing financially. Now, I did say at the start of the video I was going to show you how to get your hands on a 58-day free trial. So all you do is click the link in the description below, and that will take you to this special landing page where you can sign up for an extended 30-day free trial for the HighLevel Pro plan. Just click on the green button and complete the sign up process. You do have to give your credit card details up front, but don't worry, they won't charge you until the trial has finished, or if you cancel you won't get charged at all, so no worries there. So this gives you 30 days, but it's not 58 days, right? So what you need to do is, when you have access to your HighLevel account, just make sure you're in the agency view of it, and then click into settings and then into billing. This is going to give you all of your subscription details, and you can see my current trial is due to end in 18 days. Now, once there is 7 days or less left on my trial, I can just go into here and boom, you can see there's the trial extension option. Now, this is going to give you an additional 14 days. That's on top of your existing 30 days. That's still not 58 days, I know, but you can do it twice. So that's 2 lots of 14 days plus the 30 days, giving you 58 days in total. Now, that is before you have to pay a single cent. And I think it's a brilliant amount of time for you to get used to the platform and start learning its features in depth. So don't forget, just click the link in the description below and that will kick off the whole process. Alrighty then, I think that's quite enough for one video. I hope you found this useful. If you do have any questions, please do feel free to drop them in the comments box below. I am always happy to answer them. Thanks for your time today. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.